Hi everyone, my name is Steph, this is Kidlit Joy and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to review a middle fiction novel, Moonboy by Anna Ciddor. This is a time slip story, and if you're at all familiar with any of Anna's other works, she does write a lot of time slip stories, which is really fun. So many years back, I can't remember if it was on this channel or on a previous channel, I reviewed one of her books called 52 Mondays, which was her reflecting back on her life growing up and incorporating a time slip story into this. In this particular book, the story that influenced the time slip in this one is her husband's family story, because her husband and his family grew up in an old school milk bar in the 60s. And so she used that to sort of influence some of the elements of this story. But before we get into that, I'm going to read you the blurb. It says, when a boy called Keith pops up from nowhere in Letty's bedroom and accuses her of invading his room, Letty is astonished. But things get even stranger when she realizes she is caught up in an incredible adventure, able to slip back and forth in time. Keith lives in the world of 1969 and Letty joins in the thrill and excitement of the first astronauts about to land on the moon. But when she discovers her trips to the past are changing history, Letty starts to worry. What if something she says or does causes a disaster, or even messes up the moon landing? So one thing I will say is I don't think the blurb really actually tells you the most important thing of this story is that this time slip is happening within Letty's own family. So Letty is spending time with her grandmother, and when she's with her grandmother, she has to also go visit her grandpa, who has dementia and is living in a care home. And this is devastating to Letty because she was really close to her grandfather, but now he doesn't even remember who she is. And so going there is really upsetting for her. And she doesn't want to go, but she goes with her grandma. She finds out, I think through talking to her dad, that her grandpa kept this box of items in the bottom of a drawer. After one of these visits, she actually goes into this drawer and she finds a bunch of things in this box that were precious to her grandfather when he was a kid, including clippings of the moon landing and this football jumper. And when she puts on the football jumper, suddenly this boy appears in her room, and this is how she travels backwards and forwards through time. And we discover that the boy that she meets is actually her grandfather. And so it is the story of her getting to know her grandfather as a preteen, how they interact, what she learns about her family, how she rebuilds that connection, develops empathy for his current condition. Also sort of the thrill of uncovering and finding out about the moon landing firsthand. It's a really, really interesting story, and she does start to affect things that happen in the future and has to think about the implications of that. She does it out of love because she wants to protect her grandfather, but it does have an impact on various things in the story that she doesn't expect or realize until they happen. And then suddenly she's left feeling like, okay, so I did that. It's really well written. It's perfect for anyone who has a fascination with the history of space launches and the moon landing. Like, it's really, really great. And also just perfect for anyone who likes a time slip novel. So thank you to the publisher Allen and Unwin for the review copy. I had a great time reading it. It's always nice to read one of Anna Ciddor's books because they are just really carefully put together and tell a really unique and interesting story. In the comments, I'd love to know if you've read any of this author's works before, or if you're planning on picking up Moonboy. Let me know. In the description will be links to where you can find out more information about the book and the author. And if you just want to let me know that you're here but you don't want to leave a comment, feel free to leave a moon emoji down below. I hope that wherever you're in the world, you're staying safe and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye everyone.